Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel Linux World with GK. My name is Gautam Kumar and I am a senior Linux administrator. This is my day 6 video of Ansible 0 to Hero series, and in this video I will explain how to write a playbooks with multiple plays and how to use modules. So content of this video will be: first is objectives, writing multiple plays, remote user and privilege escalation in place, finding modules for task, playbook syntax variation. So before starting this video, I want to explain what is the objectives of this video. So once you complete this video, you should able to write a playbook that uses multiple plays and per play privilege escalation, and effectively use Ansible docs to learn how to use new module to implement the task for a play. So let's get started. Writing multiple plays. So a playbook is a YAML file containing a list of one or more plays. Remember that a single play is an ordered list of tasks to execute against hosts selected from the inventory. Therefore, if a playbook contains multiple plays, each play may apply its task to separate set of hosts. So if you have any system admin automation work to do on different hosts, so you can write multiple plays for each host and you can execute your playbooks. Later I will show you the examples how to write a playbooks with multiple play for different hosts, and this can be very useful when orchestrating a complex deployment which may involve different tasks on different hosts. You can write a playbook that can that run one play against one set of hosts, and when that finish runs another play against another set of hosts. Already I explained. Writing a playbook that containing multiple plays is very straightforward. Each play in playbook is written as a top level list item in playbook. Each play is a list item containing usual play keyword. This is the example. In that you can see I have written the two plays, and under the first play I have added two tasks, and in second play I have added the one task. So I will show you this example on my lab demo server. So this is my Ansible control node, and here I have written playbook for this video, test to play. So let me open this. Yeah, so you can see I have started this play with 3 dash. Then uh, next line I started with single dash or space, then name of the first play, name, host and task have same indentation. For the hosts is v2.example.com, and for tasks key there is a two key, another key, name and apt, and another apt there is a child key, name and state. So you can see under we write task under the place, and similarly you can see here for the second play indentation is same as a first play. So and after that host tasks, and then I have defined the first task. So here the first task in first place to install the Apache on host VM2, and the second task is to make sure Apache service is started and enabled true. And second in second play I have added another task, that is for MySQL server. So this task will make sure that on targeted host MySQL is installed using apt command. So you can see each play have separate host, target host, and the play will do the work as I have written. So let me execute this play first. First of all, I will check the syntax error, ansible play syntax check, then playbook name. Yeah, there is no error, so you can see nothing here. So let me now execute this playbook. Yeah, yes, you can see here on VM2 OK3 and VM3 OK2 there is a no change because already on my target host Apache is installed and Apache is running, and VM2 and VM3 already MySQL server installed. If MySQL server is not installed on my server, then this playbook can install. So I can say my targeted host is already in actual state, so no changes happen, you can see. So now I will move further in this section. So yeah, now I will explain how to use remote user and privilege escalation in plays while we write a playbook with multiple plays. So play can use different remote user or privilege escalation settings for a play than what is specified by default in configuration files. So if you want to use different remote user or if you want to use different privilege escalation, then you can mention in a play. These are set in play itself at same level as host or task. So here you can define when you start writing play after host or before task, you can write remote user or become method. All those things you can write here. So user attributes, so you can, if you want to use different user, you can write remote user attribute in place. If you want to enable the privilege escalation, you can write become true. If we can also use become user to mention. Additionally, with privilege escalation enabled, become user keyword can define user account to use for privilege escalation within the context of a specific play. All those things I have already explained in my previous video. This is another example. In this you can see I have used remote user become yes, and this play is for to make sure this line exists in remote host. So let me show you this also on my control node. So I have written another playbook, that is test3 play.yml. Here you can see. So I will run this playbook and I will show you what this playbook can do. So first of all I will check the syntax error. You can see there is no syntax error. So now I will run this playbook. Yeah, so you can see no change happen because already on remote host under the etc host this line exists. So I can show you one another example. Let me modify this file, sudo vim test 3 dot here I will write vm2 dot node, and now I will run this. You can see one change happened because on remote host under etc hosts file the new line was not exist, so playbook has done that. Now I will move to the next section of this video, and in next section I will explain how to use module documentation. And yeah, so Ansible public documentation URL is this. You can visit and you can go through this URL and you can find all the list of the modules. And on official website you can see the details about modules and how to use that modules, everything you can see. And on CLI as a system admin, uh, you cannot always visit website, so you can run few commands to know about modules and how to use modules. So on control node, if you run this command ansible -docs space -l, so it will list all the modules available on the control node. Let me show you quickly. Yeah, you can see all the list here. And if you want to see the details about a specific modules, like if you want to know about M modules, so you can run simple ansible docs then module name yum. Here you can see all the details about yum modules. And next is ansible docs command also offer -s option, which will tell you how to use that particular modules. So let me show you this. All the options you can see. The first line is like you need to give the name of the task, then you need to use m module. Under m module you can do n number of tasks, sorry, couple of tasks like list, installed, a state, everything's are here. So in this way, if you are not aware of any modules, you can know about modules, you can know how to use that modules. And this is a very helpful for system admins, because we cannot remember everything, or we cannot go on official website every time, because that will take more times. So in this way we can do the task quickly. Yeah, so next is about module maintenance. So Ansible comes with many modules, which are a small program that perform a specific task, like managing files, users and service. Already I have explained this multiple times. Each module is developed or maintained by someone in Ansible community. So you can use command ansible docs module name to see the details about module. At end of the output you will see the metadata section, and that will tell you who maintained the module, who developed the module. And under develop status, under status field record development status of module will be like a stable interface, preview, deprecated, removed, supported by field. All those details you can see. And you will also see the two values, core or curated. So core means maintained by Ansible developer upstream and always include with Ansible. So for some modules, if you run Ansible docs, then module name it won't show who developed or maintained the modules, because module has moved into collection. For example, starting with Ansible 2.11, M modules and other like DNF, APT, etc. was moved into a collection called ansible.builtin. And you can see the metadata details under Ansible docs and ansible-docs space ansible.builtin.yum. These modules are part of Ansible core, which developed and maintained entirely by the official Ansible core team. And because they are built in, the documentation no longer show supported by a status metadata, but you can see the author name show who originally wrote the contribute to the modules. Let me show you Ansible docs. Yeah, yeah, you can see the author Ansible core team Seth Weddle. So you can see this in this way. One important thing I want to also tell you here, use ansible-doc command to find and learn how to use modules for your task. When possible, try to avoid command, shell, and raw module in playbooks. They might seem simple to use because these take arbitrary commands. It is very easy to write non-idempotent playbook with these modules. For example, the following task using the shell module is not idempotent. Every time the play is run, it rewrite it is resolved even if already consists of the line name server 192.0.2.1. So this is a task, and in task we use shell module, and if you run this command multiple time, it will do the changes every time. Means the shell module is not idempotent. So you can avoid the shell module, command module, and raw modules, and you can use some alternative. Like if you want to do the similar things, you can use the copy, and you can copy on destination, and the example for that is here. You can do this hands on by on. And now I will move to the next and the last part of this video, the playbook syntax variation. So in YML you can comment by hash symbol, and if there is a content left of the comment, precede the number symbol with a space. So you can see after hash everything are comment. If before hash there is some data, so please give some space. YML string, you can write the string in YML in your own way, either without any quote, with single quote, or with double quote. You can also use vertical, you can also use a string using vertical var, or in this way. Now YML dictionary, you have seen the collection of key value pair written as an index block. Dictionary can also be write in inline block format including curly braces in this way, but this is a little harder, so you should avoid it. YML list, already I have shown you the list always comes under in this format, like hyphen space then key, hyphen space key name, hyphen space key name. So these are comes under list, and we can also write in this format, but you should avoid to write in this format because this is a harder to read. The next is key value playbook shorthand. Some playbook might use a older shorthand method to define the task by putting the key value pair for modules on same line as a module name. For example, you might see this syntax. Normally you would write the same task in this. So you can see under the service key, you can define the value in this way in single line, but you should write always in this format. So under the service key you should write the child key value, name, enabled, and a stat. You should generally avoid the shorthand form and use normal form. So the normal form has a more line, but it's easier to work with. The task keyword are stacked vertically and easier to differentiate. Your eyes can run straight down the play with less left to right motion. Also, normal syntax is native YML, shorthand form is not. Syntax highlighting tools in modern text editors can help you more effectively if you use normal format than if you use shorthand format. You might see this syntax in documentation and older playbooks from other people's, and syntax does still function. So friends, in this video I have explained how to write playbook with multiple plays, how to use privilege exclusions in plays when we write play under the playbooks, how to use modules how to know about modules, all those things I have explained. So thanks for watching this video. Please like this video if this video is helpful for you, and please subscribe my YouTube channel so that you can get direct notification when I will upload any new video. Thanks again.